For all that is tuning in, my name is James Hatcher, and I'm the host of a special presentation titled Food for Thought, which pertains to activities considered in terminology as theoretical reasoning. The word theoretical may be defined as concerning with or involving a theory or subject of a study rather than its practical application, and the term reasoning is defined as the action of dealing with something in a logical, sensible way. Therefore, theoretical reasoning is applicable with considering activities conducive to conducting interest in accomplishing an objective. In respects to WPPM Philly Cam Radio 106.5, as well as Philly Cam Television, the members of Philly Cam is dedicated to displaying ideas essential to growth and development within the community's awareness and recognition of purpose. So, in the edition of this special, the theme of the topic is the benefits of an individual emphasizing purpose. Here is food for thought. Acknowledging the connectivity within one's environment enhances the appreciation of it. Due to the awareness there is a purpose of uniqueness possessed within the individuality to express itself, and treats the self to further explore its potential abilities, to interact with the space perceived and which is a part of. Without unnecessary intervention, the participant has the opportunity to present a contributive factor of provision to the environment, not only to affirm its existence, but also allows the livelihood of the individual to be more efficient to accomplish its objective, whether the subject matter is being applied to an activity intellectually with informative instructions or resourcefully as in utilizing equipment to construct technology. The individual resourcing on what is presented as accessible makes the opportunity conducive as well. The individual has the satisfaction of being aware of itself and the fulfillment of regulating its purpose. Joining me now is Gabrielle Vereen, who is a person of great interest and whose various forms of artistry is multifaceted. As a performing artist, he is known as Gmo Stacks. How you doing, Gmo?
How's it going, my brother?
Good. Welcome to the show, my man.
Hey, nice to be here.
Yes, yes. So, I'm gonna start off with several inquiries about, your endeavors and, what you do, and, just get familiar, with your persona. You seem like a unique individual. And matter of fact, I have heard of you before we even got to this point. So, it's an honor to have you here.
Thanks.
Okay. So, first, let me start off by saying, how do you define yourself in relation to expressing yourself to individuals who you think may have similar interests in what you do or what you represent as a participant, like within the community and society as general?
All right. Um, you like music?
Yeah, I love music,
All
else I
right.
wouldn't be here.
Well, yeah, exactly. So it's like I try to express myself and present myself in ways that would everyone will acknowledge and understand. It's basically I try to put out good music. I try to put out great music. You might feel emotional at times. You might be going through good times at times. So I try to make my music surround your daily lifestyle so you can understand. And if you're feeling down or feeling out about anything, then basically it's presented to you in different forms to make you feel a little bit better.
So basically, what you're saying is that you define yourself as a musician and an artist for the purpose of influencing people to look at themselves in a way that you perceive them, or just in general, the way that they hear that you are, like as far as your music.
No, I mean like everybody's their own person, so it's like I can't perceive their thoughts. I only can perceive my thoughts. So once I put my music out to them, I hope they understand me in a way that I relate to the same thing that they relate to at times. And they've been through the struggle. I've been through the struggle. If they haven't been, then that's okay too. I know it's something in the collection or something in the genre of my collection that someone will allow or like to play or listen to.
Okay, excellent. Okay, so is there an objective for you to display a commonality between you and who you are interacting with as to specify your profession? And how significant is it for you to confirm the evidence?
I mean, my commonality is basically I want to be, well, I can't say I want to be. I just want to be here for everyone to understand the music, to understand the perspective I'm trying to reach. And if we reach common grounds between music or not music, or just basically as a person, I meet you one day and start talking, then we could generate different commonality and forms that way. But I just want the world as the masses to understand Gmo Stacks has great music, and I'm gonna be here for a while, so take a chance and listen to it.
Okay, so how'd you come up with the name Gmo, Gmo Stacks?
Gmo Stacks, man,
And what's the significance of it?
that's like, it's like you have a birth defect. It's on you for birth. That's how that was, man. Because as soon as I came out the womb, I don't know who gave it to me,
What?
but it was like Gmo Stacks. You know what I mean? So throughout in life, I kind of added to it, started getting, so it kind of fits at times.
Okay, so what about the stacks? Because the stacks to me, that word sticks out. So are you connecting like with like stacks of money, or you know?
No, basically it stands for get more of everything.
Okay,
And I just put stacks behind it because I want to get more of everything plus stacks. But it's basically like an all around. So as long as you push yourself to strive and keep going and get more of everything, then basically at the end of the outcome, you will be doing a little bit better than you was doing yesterday.
okay, all right. So do you prefer to work with a group of individuals collectively, or as in a group or individually when promoting your products and marketing them?
Mm. I prefer both. I like a group. Let me explain to you. I like a group because when we in a group, we can have as much fun as possible. It might be me, you, him, her, him, and we create a good experience and vibe, enjoy each other's company, and create a platform or whatever we aim to obtain. We do it on a like a like a collective whole, and we take contests in it and just enjoy the fruits of the labor of the whole situation. At times, starting from the bottom, everybody had to do it. I had to create my own advertising, create my own posts, create my own music. Sometimes I go to the studios, other times I'm in my own studio making music. So it's a lot of grunt work. No one notices until we hear. But you
Okay.
probably still won't notice the grunt work because you haven't seen that phase. Unless you a musical artist is me. I know you are. So it's like you experienced. I know you experienced. So someone outside looking in, they wouldn't notice the levels of change you had to go through just to even get this far.
Right. So, is there a means by which you gather up a group of people collectively in order to pursue a specific objective as far as promotion?
Promotion, I usually use my team sometime or mainly some advertising off of the internet or something like that to
Okay.
assist me a little bit better.
Okay. So, do you like, you go scout out to, specific individuals? Do specific individuals stand out where you say, well, that person might, work in order, to help me out as far as promotion? or is it some of the people within your group is people that you knew from the past that you already have a relationship with?
Now unless the commonality effect happens and they basically explain there was a promoter or something like that, and I understand and do the research and find out they're well,
Okay.
then I'm aimed that way. But right now I'm just focusing on me and my team, collective as a whole, getting out here, foot to the ground, and passing out flyers or going on the internet and keeping everything moving.
Okay. All right. Great. All right. So, what is your perspective on partaking your occupation with the satisfaction of enjoyment? In contrast to emphasizing the necessity to provide your service as essential to the individual or company that requires what you offer as a supplier of service. Like, how do you balance out, enjoying the work you do um, with the necessity to put it out as it's an important
Hmm.
aspect to influence people to see what you do and what you have to offer is essential to their everyday livelihood. It can add on to it.
All right, yeah. Music. Everyone needs music. We go out through life listening to music, no matter if you're a child or an adult. So I try to bring to this profession a new era of music that you haven't heard of before. So once you hear my music, you're gonna be like, "Oh, that's different from what you normally hear," but we still vibing. Like everything is all great and comfortable and relaxing. So
Okay.
so like, and I do HVAC as well. So I'm an HVAC engineer.
Okay.
So on that level, I'm basically making sure each customer is satisfied. I'm happy that they happy. I feel like if you're working, at least do something that you're satisfied with doing, so that way when you're doing your work, you're happy about doing it. It's not feeling like you're being beat down by the work because you don't like doing it.
Okay. So what you mean by HVAC is like heating, ventilating, and
Yeah,
air conditioning?
it's heating, ventilation, air conditioning, and cooling.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So does that actually tie in to each other? Like when you're working and you're doing your HVAC, do you constantly think about like your other projects as far as like say your music and
Yeah,
stuff like
cause
that?
yeah, cause both are in the engineering field, so
Okay.
I kind of stay connected either or. I might be doing HVAC and think of a rhyme, or I might be rhyming and like, oh, I gotta fix this for so and so tomorrow. Let me think
Right.
about what I need to do to get that done as well.
Right.
So
So okay, so you got your music thing going on, you got your HVAC
yes,
thing going on. Is there anything else that you have going on
yeah,
to bring that leverage
leverage.
that supports like
Yeah,
because I know your HVAC
yeah, we
has
definitely. Yeah.
has part of a support for your music. I mean, because you got expensive, you need the equipment, you need certain things to invest in
Yep.
order to pursue your music. So
Facts.
I take it that you may like have a semi dependence on doing your HVAC service to go into your music. But is there anything else that you may have that
Yes, recently I started making shirts merchandise for Cash's Empire.
Okay.
So we have Cash's Empire shirts. We have shirts was with the Cash's Empire logo, but it's like different imprint rather than the logo on the shirts. So we just trying to expand from the music to to the merchandise into HVAC.
Okay.
So all three of those levels. If you need any assistance, just give us a call. Or
Okay. So how is that important for you to promote those multiple products, merchandise, and services to other as to expand your recognition and your ultimate goal and to accomplishing like your endeavors?
hmm I mean, I would love to have like every single person in the world like wearing my merch. Or if you go in front of someone's home and see uh, HVAC services done by Gabriel Varane, and like you hear music, you hear my name like in the studio or in the at the clubs or somewhere else, to where like I'm always being presented. I want it basically to be a natural thing. Flows around. You walk outside, you see somebody with a Cash's Empire shirt on. Like, oh my God. You know what I mean? Then you might go to a home 2,000, 1 mile or something down the road, then you might see there's something else to deal with the franchise. So it's like, hey, I mean, I'm all for it, man. I just want to spread out the love, give the love, and if you like the music, just listen to the music or whatever, whatever. Just
Okay.
support.
Okay, so do you ever wear like your clothing line when
All,
you go out to
all the
HVAC?
time, all the time. If I can get away with it, I wear it all the time. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Depends on which customer I'm going to. You have to feel every customer out to understand a little bit. You have to know who you're talking to and know who you're working with.
Okay, so as far as like your customers, are you with a HVAC organization or you're with yourself personally?
Um, with myself at the current time, I do preventative maintenance, tune-ups, change condensers, pretty much anything. If the music industry, I produce, make music. You can find me on any one of these links. What's on the internet?
Okay. Okay, so do you ever experience like a unique experience with each group of individuals that may um, be set to dislike your music or, dislike your clothesline, or do some of the people that like your music also like your clothesline? Like, is there a specific distinction
I mean,
with each individual that you work with?
tell you the truth, I would like them to like both. Now, if they have to choose to like peanut butter instead of jelly, sometimes that happens. So I have to roll with the flow and be the best, I guess, mentor as I can to that customer or that service person who need any help to basically help them go with what they need. I'm not here to change what they need. I'm just here to show that we have merch and we have music and we also do HVAC. So any one of these factors will be beneficial to you guys any chance you get. So
Okay.
so I'm not turning anyone around. I just would like to guide them and help them in any way I can.
Okay, so speaking of music, is there a way that we can actually hear one of your productions or?
Yeah, of course. I have a big selection. You can choose from anyone.
Okay, so what are we going to get into?
Yeah, man. Of course. I would like you to play every day. I think that's the best song for everybody.
Okay, so once again, you're listening to WPPM-LP 106.5, and we're going to get into a track by Mr. G-Mo Stacks called Every Day.
Getting to this money, boo. Every day. Falling in love with you. Every day. Getting to this money, boo. Every day. Wanna lay up with you. Every day. Never switch up on you. Every day. Falling in love with you. Every day. Getting to this money, boo. Every day. Wanna lay up with you. Every day. Never switch up on you. Riding with my girl. It's me and you against the world. We ballin' and we stacking words.
Once again, we're back. The song you just heard was Every Day by G-Mo Stacks. It's an excellent song. It's an upbeat song. So what motivated you to put that song together? Like, what experience was you having when you put that song together? Because that's an uplifting song
Yeah.
and everything. Was you like, going through something? Was you at a certain venue? Was you doing this? Like, what?
I go through many phases, man. I don't even
So, do you
know.
remember
I don't know.
where you wrote it?
It could have been about love. I don't even know sometimes, but it came to me, and I
Uh,
love that it came because it's a great
okay.
song. It's got a lot of emotions in there. It's, basically, if you listen to it, it's probably about a love song. How a girl just has a guy back so much, and at the end, it's kind of. I mean, you have to listen to it to understand it.
Well, yeah, it's a good song. Okay, so Is there any interest in sharing your expertise of your profession to others in a way as they may find themselves desiring uh, to do an occupation similar to what you're pursuing, whether it's HVAC or music? Is there an interest on your part to instill some type of insight on how you went about, making your music, or even when you're doing HVAC, decline it around or whatever? Do you start going into, how you do it and everything like that?
I mean, yes, because the youth is where it's at. So we got to have a strong youth behind us, but we also got to make sure who we gather is ready to learn and understand and take heed in what is being offered, because sometimes people miss it when it's right there in front of them. So the kids, the adults, if they need it, I'm willing to mentor anybody. I just gotta make sure you see it in them, because sometimes they can get mentored, but they not in it to it like you. So basically, all the knowledge you just installed is kind of, I wouldn't say wasted, but it's not used properly.
Okay. And speaking of installation, let's install another song.
Okay.
Um, so once again, you're listening to WPPM-LP 106.5, and the song you're about to listen to is All These Nights.
I'ma be, yeah. All these nights, I'll be by your side. Together you will never be, always in my life. And all these nights, I'll be by your side. Together we will never be, you always in my life. And all these nights, yeah, you will ever be, always in my life. All these nights. All these nights, you be by my side. All these nights, you be by my side. Together we will never be. I want you in my life. These nights, all these nights, I want you in my life. Girl, you fine, forever you so high. Damn, you bad as fuck. I just want you in my life. Ring up on your finger with you. Alright, yeah, you will, baby, get it right. We can spend the night.
All right. Thank you for once again for listening to WPPM 106.5 FM. I'm your host, James Hatcher, and this has been a very interesting interview, very good interview. What is the best way you may promote your services to the public and media?
I stay on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Pretty much most of the platforms out there, you'll see Gmo Stacks in there. Just have to go into it, scroll down the catalog, and catch all the best listening as you possibly can.
Okay. So is there an interest, a mutual interest in offering the type of service, receiving a type of service from an individual that you may be providing the service to? Like if you're providing a certain type of service to an individual, is there any interest in the receiving service from them?
Oh, of course. That's how life works. That's how life works. So basically, if you shop with me, I shop with you. We keep everything in this community, and we just work together as a whole. Like if I needed HVAC done, and he needed plumbing, then we both can switch up and cooperate and collab with each other and get everything done. I love teamwork and this.
Okay, so you got HVAC, but you're doing HVAC for somebody that has a phone company or a small business. Do you see that there might be an interest in the receiving service from them? And if so, how do you go about, receiving service from them? Is there any way that you might cut a deal with them in order to receive a particular service?
I mean, I mean, only way I see deals happening if we come to that. But as far as I'm paying him and he's paying me, everything should be mutual no matter which way it goes. So if that's his price, that's his price. And if I had that price for this particular objective, it shouldn't go nowhere, no less. It should be that price. So we should collaboratively meet as a whole and create something that's genuine and find some agreement what's well for everybody.
All right, so we're gonna get into another track. And the song you're about to listen to is
This that track, man. You just gotta listen to it and vibe to it. It's I Need Money.
okay. You heard it from himself, truly. I need money. So let's get
Facts.
into it.
Yes, sir.
I'm talking bank, I'm talking cash. Watch me chasing fast, spending all these hundreds. I can't sit up on my ass the way I live my life, dog. You niggas do not understand. Soda with the ice, dog. I'm trying to stretch another gram. My money it don't fold. I can't stuff it in my pants. My lifestyle is a mode. Alice in Wonderland. They say I'm crazy, I'm crazy, but I'm still on the hand. Trying to take the summer, man. I'm hotter than the furnace, damn.
All right. So once again, this is James Hatcher, and the song that you just heard was "I Need Money." So by Mr. Gmo. What is the best avenue with social media that an individual of interest can go?
Yeah. YouTube is probably the best, which is Gmo Stacks, GMOE spacebar STACKS, and you can use that same name for DistroKid, SoundCloud, and Reverb Nation.
All right, excellent. All right, so I guess that's a wrap and everything like that. My name is James Hatcher, and thank you for tuning in. Once again, this is Food for Thought. If you have any interest in seeing the previous shows, you can go on my YouTube channel, James Hatcher, and it will be provided for you. Once again, thank you for tuning in, and have a good one.
Take it easy.